Um, Personally, I've had issues with the Shorty plugs where it was difficult to install them because they would slide into the spark plug, the socket, the spark plug socket. They go too deep into the spark plug socket, and I could not use the spark plug socket to install them into the head. And when you're running headers, it's often easier to use a socket than it is to use your fingers. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So there's a XL Shorty plug into the socket, and you can see how it just drops down, and there's not really enough thread to reach down into the recessed section of the head where the plug goes. I've got a solution to that. The XL Shorty plug comes with a little sleeve on it, a paper sleeve. When you get the plug, it comes out of the carton with this little sleeve on it to protect the electrode. What I've discovered, at first I tried to slide the sleeve into the socket, but you see there's no room in the socket to put the plug. So what I've done is I take my pocket knife and I trim that little sleeve down about maybe 3/8 of an inch, and I take this short sleeve, I stick it into the spark plug socket like that, and you see, I don't know if you can see it or not, yeah, right there you get a little bit more room inside there to put the spark plug. So then you drop the plug into your socket, and you've got enough room to push the spark plug into the recessed well on the head, and then you can get past all the headers and stuff, the header, and slide your plug into the head and start twisting it to get the thread. It makes it a whole lot easier to use these Shorty plugs with a regular socket. Now the other option is to take a socket like this and then just cut it short a bit so that you have enough of the threads coming out, but that's a lot more work. So just figured I'd share that little tip. Another tip that I've got, I generally run these small block Chevys with the HEI distributor in the back, and usually on the paperwork they tell you to gap the plugs at 45 thousandths, but I find that oftentimes at 45 thousandths there's not enough spark to bridge the gap. When you're accelerating, your accelerator pump just kind of drowns out the plug. So I gap my plugs at, instead of at 45 thousandths, I gap them at 35 thousandths, and I've never had an issue. They fire just fine, everything goes good. So figured I'd give that little tip to you. Hope it helps out.